Thanks for coming on. This is the first, so this is only for Substack members that are founding members, so I'm not going to let anyone else join. I think there are about 20, so nearly half have turned up. So I'm going to do at least one of these once a month, maybe do more, depending on how popular you guys are. And like I said, it's only going to be for you. I'm going to let other people watch them, but they're not going to be able to participate in them. So basically, for the next hour or so, you can ask me questions about sales, nothing else, no politics or religion or anything like that. This is purely a sales forum. Ask me questions. I'll do my best to give you whatever answer I can. Ask each other questions if you want. I mean, there's no rules, right? It literally has got an hour, chew the fat, ask me whatever you want, and if I can answer it, I will, and if I can't, well, I'll let you know as well. I can't answer everything, so please bear that in mind. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So, yeah. So far, I don't know how we're going to do this. This is the first one. I guess some people will just jump in. If it gets chaotic, we can figure out a better system for the next one. But for now, anyone, go, fire away. Well, ask what you want.
I'll start. I've got a good question for you.
Okay, Mike.
So one of my past sales experiences, I like the way you talk about just quit worrying about the CRM, just get your list and you plow through it. I'm in a position now where the pool of people that I'm going to call on, it's only about 450. So
Okay.
We've identified that across the United States, who we really want to target. So how do you do that? I mean, it's not the same. Mentally, it's not the same process. It's not like I can't care in a sense, I mean,
Yeah.
when I know there's good candidates out there, it's a long process. It may even take a year or two to finally get in the door for some of the stuff that we're selling, but it's a dripping process. You got any strategies about dripping?
So is your fear phoning people and burning through the data?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it upsetting people?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you got some people saying, hey, take me off your list, that type of thing. And you're trying to be polite.
You never do that, right? They never come on.
Right.
No, exactly.
Right.
Let's not worry about it. They're never off the list. They're not going to remember you in 6 months.
Well, correct. But how do you, usually there's that one guy that you need to be in touch with. And I'm like you, I like to start from the top and then I want him to tell me where he wants me to be filtered through. Yeah. But still it's, I don't know, it's a mental exercise because how much is too much when you're trying to reach these guys. And I know for a fact, there's several that we can help. I mean, it's, you're a perfect candidate. I don't even need to have the conversation to qualify you. I already know you're a perfect candidate. It's about me having an opportunity to convince you.
Okay. All right. So first thing, so we go back to so you got 450 is a lot because the number of times you're going to have to phone 450 to speak to one person. Right. So it's not like you're going to run out of dialing time. Yeah, I'll put it that way. Right. That's a lot. 400. I used to have a list of 100 companies. It'd take forever to speak to all 100. Right. So I never ran out of people to phone. Put it that way. Yeah, so that's the first thing. So I think 450 is a lot considering the amount of time that has to go into trying to speak to them. So I wouldn't worry. But let's assume you got through to 20 of them in the first 6 months. Your fear is, what if I get through to them and, what if they don't like what I say, or they're not interested in what I have? Well, the thing is, what I know about prospecting is you've done a good job. You've identified 450 companies who fit your profile.
Yes.
And you know that at some point in their business cycle, they're going to need what you have. Prospecting is finding them at the moment they're able to recognize they need what you have. And that's why it's so annoying. Yeah. So you got all these companies need you, but you don't know at which moment in their business cycle they're going to need you or when they're going to recognize the problems that you speak of. So I would phone through the same companies. And as you know, I've got that real strong pattern interrupt. I'll be upfront as a prospecting call. Do you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds? People remember that. So I had the same issue. How do I get around that, right? Because it's not like they're not going to. So I would just go in, and this is all I got. I'll be up front. This is another prospecting call. And every guy would start, I remember you. That's right. Now, remember last time, do you remember what I said? And they said, no. Can I say it again? Yes. And I would get people that way. So I never had fear of people recognizing me. I just made it.
I was going to say, I'm going to trust you on that because I've been very blunt with some of the CEOs that I've reached out to. And I did the whole, hey man, this is a complete cold call. And I cannot tell you how well that's worked. It's been phenomenal for me. And I even giggle doing it. I mean, I have fun doing it. And I didn't even think about it saying it again. You know, when I get back through, say, hey, well, this is.
I bet it's another one, right? Yeah. And then you say, look, can I ask you, how many of these are going to have to make before you buy from me?
Well, I will tell you this. You are correct when you say that the CEOs will giggle. They do. And I've had several of them just say, well, that's the first time anybody's ever been that honest with me. Go ahead. You got 30 seconds.
There you go.
It's really an icebreaker.
Excellent, Mike.
All right. I like the second side of that. I'm going to just not worry about it. So if I got to call them again, hey, this is my second
one, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Way to go, Mike. Right. Okay. Next one. Who's next? Wave a hand. Oh, we got Yavor up in the top.
Yeah, kind of, on the same topic, more or less. So, I also, when I have a prospect, I then, we talk on the phone and I do what you teach. I'm doing this, a sales call, this is a cold call, and I, do the whole thing. And then, they say, well, I'm not interested at the moment, or, we exchange some sort of information, or they tell me something and they say, well, not the right time. And I call them in 3 months. And okay, I start the same way. This is, not a sales call, pretty much the same open. When it comes to the actual pitch, should I keep the same pitch with the 3 challenges, the 3 problems that I solve, or shall I augment the pitch based on what they told me last time? And so, look, Mr. Prospect, last time you told me this and this and this, and we fix this and this and this. Is that still not of interest, or how should I approach based on the previous information I got from them?
Right. Okay. So it depends on the information you got for them, right? But the reason I choose the 3 leading indicators, or the symptoms, or the pains, or whatever the hell you want to call these things, right? The needs, wants, whatever it is. I choose the 3 that I know statistically are most likely to resonate. That I don't change it up a lot, because I've chosen the 3 that I know are most likely. If you're going back in for a second time, as I was just saying to Mike, I always say, do you remember what I said the first time? They all say no, which means I get to say the statistically most likely thing they're going to recognize. Unless they've given me, as you say, a piece of information that fundamentally alters that, then I'd remember that and I'd try and weave that in. So if he said, I don't know what you sell, right? I don't know, say you sell wheat, and he said something had an issue with rice. Right. Well, I'd find them. So we typically work with people, and one of the reasons I invited it is, whilst they do deal in wheat, they've got a lot of issues around rice. So that's how. So I'd figure out how to adapt it, going in like that. They will never remember what you told them the first time. That's a lie. You're going to admit the odd human being that's got like photographic memory. Yeah. So that's not, someone will say, actually, I remember everything. That's going to be few and far between. So just remind them again of what it is that you fix with examples, and then see if it resonates. Because like I say, it's catching a prospect at the moment they recognize it. Because the moment they recognize it, they don't shut up. It's like you hit a vein, and every time you get the right one, it's gold, right? But you may talk to the same person a few times before they get there. But like I was saying to Mike, I make it jocular. I used to phone up the same people. And I remember phoning a guy, it was like the 3rd or 4th time. And he goes, this is the 4th time you've called me. And I said, I know. How many more times are we going to have to do this before you invite me in?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, yeah. So that's it. So no pressure. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Yvonne. Who's next?
Thank you.
That's Q&A, guys.
I'd love to jump in.
Go, Robert.
So this one's sort of more in the sort of discovery framework, and I guess the general gist is like, with the discovery framework, and you've possibly gathered this from what I've just said, I tend to try to follow a sort of understand the pain and so on and so forth, but I often get lost in the weeds. And I wondered if you had any methodology to sort of make that precise and follow a program without being like too prescribed and just asking pre-planned questions.
This is the most challenging bit of selling, is once you get in front of somebody. I'm assuming we're talking about in front of somebody here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's not a prospecting call. Yeah, it could be a Zoom, but yeah.